So it's September, what, 3rd today? September dawn, Ogden, Utah. Leslie Hawthorne's last school. They barely saved. Under construction. 2020. Moving along. Huh?
Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Well, that's Leslie Hawthorne's last one. We saved it by 40 votes.
I know. We need 12 on Polk Avenue.
What's that?
12 on Polk Avenue.
I have. Yeah. They saved a few of the old trees out front.
I'm sorry, what?
They saved a few of the old trees out front.
Very few.
Yes.
They saved, I think, 6 on the north side.
You know how they go in Ogden. Anything that's got any beautiful architectural history, take it down.
I know. Well, at least they're leaving that part.
Yes. Yeah, it's Leslie Hawthorne's last elementary.
Yeah. You know what, it's that way all over.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to America, huh?
Yeah.
We traded in quality for quantity a long time ago.
Yeah.
I did the restoration on it before, worked on it before, when they put the back part on it. Yeah, when they put the back part on the library on it.
And I taught at that school.
Oh, you did?
I went to that school.
Oh,
My kids
nice,
went to that school.
nice.
But I like on that 92 and how they blended in with the building.
Yeah, they did a good job. I did all that plaster work.
Wow.
And we restored the gargoyles too. I restored those gargoyles. I restored the 1905 Masonic Temple down there on Washington. That's Leslie Hawthorne's first.
Oh, wow.
That's 1905. My grandsons go here.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, my name's Kevin Blanch. I'm old school Ogden.
I'm old school. Well, you can tell I'm old school.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I went to West Weber Elementary, which was a Leslie Hawthorne masterpiece. Frank Lloyd Wright Prairie design he used on it, and I fought and fought. We had the money appropriated, and they tore it down anyway. I was so outraged.
yeah, so I was glad they worked to save that, but the new edition isn't going to blend in.
No, I don't like the way they did that part of it, but
I don't either.
me neither. You know, there was people from the Ogden High Commission that got involved. I went to Spencer Echols, I says, come on, get involved like you did at Ogden High, because it took his money to step in. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see when it's done, but I saw the drawings, and like I said, it doesn't incorporate into that, I don't think, but...
No, it doesn't, but Ogden Heights doesn't either. When they had it onto the cafeteria, and this reminds me of that edition to Ogden.
Yeah, in the Ogden High, of course, at least you can't see it from Harrison Boulevard. But
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I helped on that restoration on the. I owned Blanch Plastering for all those years, but when he restored the auditorium at Ogden High, they brought in that faux artist that had been in Italy for all those years. They'd been painted over, literally gilded in gold. So we're peeling it back, he's peeling it back, and they got up, and the handprints of the artists that originally done it were from Europe. The tools that they gave him when he apprenticed in Europe was the same tools, and he didn't know. And it was the same guy. What a story.
It was pretty amazing.
It is amazing.
It was amazing.
There's a painting. Weber State has it. I've been fighting with Weber State. The artist who lived right here did. And when they were doing it, and it had the WPA sign in front of it, because that was the WPA school. Mariner Eccles had the keys. And Mariner Eccles was friends with Leslie Hawthorne. And so we got all the WPA money here, and for all these beautiful buildings, including the Coliseum they let burn down. So that painting, we left a spot at Ogden High in the library for that painting. So I go to Weber State, and they says, it used to hang on it was in the archives in the Stewart Library. Oh, we need that painting. They got a new curator. Oh, it's over at the art building. It belongs to them. So I go over there. Where's it at? Stacked up with Farrell Colette's art in the basement. So I argued with her. I says, well, we want it. Ogden High wants it. Put it on the wall. Can't have it. Never did give it up. So it's sitting in a basement. This is the people that run this. I'm like, hello. I mean, it belongs there and the reason is there's some ideologues that don't like the WPA sign. Who cares? It's the fact of the matter, that's who built it.
That's what's cool about it, is that WPA.
And that's who built that school. You remember when we were kids, they used to say, $1 million school, 2-bit student body. That building is a masterpiece.
You know, when they tore down that addition that was made in the 50s, I lived right over there.
Nice.
And then all of a sudden I saw somebody peeling away the brick. I was really concerned. But I did not know that brick they were peeling away would rebuild this.
Yeah,
So
amazing. You just don't know till you start taking them apart. It's like taking layers. I own Blacksburg. I have 10,000 jobs in this town. And I've restored so many buildings, but I wouldn't switch to the fake stucco. But whoever did these houses up here, there was a plaster. And he did every house, and he used something different every time. What an artist. So I've had to work and use what he figured out what he used to match it when I've repaired, and so well done. These houses are so nice up through here, and you can see whoever the artists were in that era. God, this one right here, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, and see, and this one's mine.
Oh, I love that house. See how they incorporated the rock with the brick? What? It's so beautiful.
I like the two little things that look like candles.
Isn't it something? Isn't that beautiful?
And so,
What an artist, huh?
yeah.
And they're all over up here like that. And I'm a mason. I'm a rock mason. I've got cancer now, so I've retired. I've got leukemia. And so...
And you and I are without masks.
I got my mask.
My mask is at home.
I have my mask always on. I've been wearing a mask for 9 years. I was given 2 months to live 9 years ago. I was in the bone marrow. So I've had a mask on off and on for 9 years. I always have my mask.
That's smart.
So, well, that, it's not just this.
I'm really worried about having taught here for so long. They're taking so much.
Now, what's your name?
Sherry Dame.
Nice.
And this is going to be parking.
That's what I hear.
And I'm going.
So the grandkids are over at the other school, and they're like, no. So I got to tell you this story. If you look up Save Polk, you're going to get my grandson. And so he said here one day, because the old lunch lady's in there and everything. That's an old school cafeteria, and I used to go to lunch, and they're old school, and they have sloppy joes and the old school. And he says, this new principal rolled in from Wasatch here and took over, and she says she killed a lot of the lunch stuff, and he's only 8, threw a fit. And he says, well, he went to the teacher and he says, I'm forming a protest. And he says, if they don't bring back the sloppy joes and the lunch, he says, we're forming a protest out here, and if that don't work, I'm going on a hunger strike for at least 30 seconds. It is funny because it's old school in there. My line was they got $1 million grant for the football field, their artificial football field, Ogden High, but the curtains in the cafeteria had holes in them this big, and they put in a request to Ogden City School District for $3,000, and they denied it.
So, which school are your kids at? Are they at Wasatch?
Yeah.
Say,
I just dropped them off. I'm a stay-at-home grandpa. I just dropped them off.
Oh, so where do they live?
Right. Well, one of them lives right here on right around the corner over here. And then the other one lives right over here, just 2 blocks over.
And that's where the dividing line was.
He's right on the line, so he could have went to Taylor. I mean, he's on this side of the road, and then on Taylor on that. And I'm like, well, he kind of wanted to go to Taylor, and I'm like, no, you'll be fine. So he's in that district right here. The other one, there's 2 of them.
I was talking to some friends, and they were not happy with the way the Wasatch kids were over here.
Yeah.
But they've been that way since I was little.
That's what I told him. I says, he tells his mom, he says, we don't like the Wasatch. I says, the Polk kids and the Wasatch kids been having a conflict for freaking days. It's funny. It's kind of like, Weber High and Ogden High. I went to Weber, and how we were with Ogden and Ben Lomond and all. I mean, it's funny, actually.
Yeah, it's really funny. So I told my friend who still has kids in elementary, I said, so just call it Polk School South.
Yeah.
The kids are going to Polk School South.
I like it over there, and you know he has like Mr. C plays the guitar every afternoon for him.
Oh, that's good.
So he's a good teacher he's got this year.
That's
And he had good teachers here. There's a list out there of kids that graduated who have been really, really accomplished that came from Polk. It's an incredible list.
Yeah, we've got, you know, when my kids went, I said, it's still the same. And I said, do they ever blend in at Mount Ogden or Ogden High, you know, the Blanch kids and shit? My kids said no.
It's funny.
They do not.
It's a whole different little nook and culture. Like when I go, and I'm 60, and I would go in and have lunch with the kindergartens because you have to go in and eat. And I says, it's exactly like when I was a kid. The same lunchroom at West Weber Elementary, which Leslie Hodson did, and that culture was, I mean, it felt just like going back in time.
Yeah.
Well, nice talking to you. It's me. I've been watching it. I've been watching it the whole time.
Oh, I go around every day to take pictures.
Nice,
Make
good.
a little scrapbook.
Good for you.
Well, it's, you know, my kids will throw it away when I die.
Oh, no. You don't. You give it to somebody. You give it to me. I'll freaking preserve it. Put it on the... Hey, take photographs or make a little video and put it on YouTube, and there you got it.
There, I got
I call YouTube the library. Thanks. You too.